This is Smallzy Surgery.
Trust fund, baby. I don't really want no trust fund, baby.
What's up? This is Daniel Seavey.
I'll be your everything, your nicotine.
You're listening to Smallzy on Nova.
Pretend that we're good.
Hey, on the show, this is the first time I think you've ever been in the studio on your own.
This is correct.
Is it last time you were dragging in some others with you?
There's a couple others.
There's a few others.
with me. Yeah.
Absolutely. Daniel Seavey, everybody.
Woo! Thank you so much.
Welcome back to Australia.
I missed you, man.
I've missed you. We were just saying before we got on, I've seen you more in the last couple of months than
the
last 10 years, really,
yeah,
almost.
It had to be 5-6 years
Absolutely.
since I see you. Get younger every
Thanks.
time I see you.
Thanks.
Actually,
Thank
it's I don't know what you're drinking here in
just
Australia.
Our air. No, I was going to say, you haven't looked like you've aged a bit, by the way.
Thank
Look
you.
at you.
Thank you.
Now, can you,
Appreciate it.
like, for people who don't know your story, connect the dots for them since Why Don't We to here you are on your own, because this is the first time you've been back in Australia since the hiatus of the group.
I think the last time I've been and I came here had to be 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Since then, we did break up, unfortunately.
Well, it says
was
hiatus.
out of our control.
It says hiatus here. So it's a breakup or it's a hiatus?
Well, hiatus is the best way you could put it. It's not even up to us because we really broke up because of some lawsuits.
Oh,
so
really?
Yeah. It was out of our control, and so I would call it a hiatus for that reason, because it's like up in the air, even if we kind of own the rights of the band right now.
Like back end.
It's a forced hiatus.
Is it back end sort of stuff, or is it?
Yeah. Oh my God, a ton of it. Me and the guys are still good. We still got a group chat running.
Okay.
Texts are flying in there all the time.
When you first got into music, whatever happened there, without going into the details, is it something you could never even have prepared yourself for? Because you go in with like bright eyes, going, we get to be in a band, we're traveling the world, we're making music. Oh,
Definitely
hang on.
Could not.
What do you mean there's this legal stuff over here?
And man, we did get dealt, I would say, like the short end of the stick in terms of your luck and deals and all that. We definitely fell on the unlucky side of just like a terrible situation.
Sure.
But on the bright side now, I am, I'm sad to leave my band, but I am out of kind of all that clutter that came with that mentally and physically and whatnot. And just really happy to still be making music. I think when the band went on hiatus, it was sort of up in the air for me whether or not I was still going to make music.
Did you fall out of love with?
I never fell out of love with it. I came out of it honestly super insecure about like if I could still
do it,
captivate people and make music that really speaks to people. It was just such you're like a total fish out of water.
Yeah.
And
you're on your own. You have nowhere to hide when you do it on your own.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and
you would probably understand that.
And all those big questions of who is Daniel Seavey? What does he sound like? And you're like, I'm figuring that out for myself right now. And I had a couple songs. Well, I was making hundreds of songs on my own as like a hobby, even in the band, and there are a couple that felt like they maybe represented me well, and I kind of dropped them right when the band went on hiatus, just because I did love making music, but I genuinely had zero expectation for it to like perform. And I think even coming out of something that was just so work heavy, I really wanted I had a big chip on my shoulder of just being like, I want to make music for the fun of it. I want to be a kid again in that sense and just have fun with it. No expectations. And ever since then, just a lot of weird random gifts have been falling out of the sky. Like being on tour right now with Dean in Australia.
Absolutely.
I didn't know if I'd ever be back here.
You just did the Benson Boone tour.
Just went out with Benson, and oh my God, just talk about being a kid again. Going out with that guy was just like.
Have you learned to do any backflips after
no
doing
backflip?
No.
But he really has them up. I asked Benson to teach me, and he was like, man.
No, I think you got the market cornered. He's got the market cornered. No one else.
He said he learned at like 5. You know, maybe he just doesn't want to teach me a string.
Absolutely. He's like, that's my
Rightfully
thing.
so.
Absolutely.
I don't think, even if I could backflip, I couldn't backflip as good as him.
No way. Not a chance.
No, he's really good at those.
Yeah, absolutely. You are doing shows with Dean. You're a couple down. You're having fun.
Yeah, 2 in. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we did Brisbane last night, and crowd was unbelievably awesome. We played River Stage.
Yeah.
Fat Crowd.
Nice. I think this time you will get to see more of Australia than you've ever seen in your entire time.
I got to see Newcastle. I've never seen Newcastle. Didn't really even have time in Brisbane.
Not a highlight.
You know what though? Those pools they have at the front that the water comes
on the beach.
into.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was sick.
They're everywhere. Just so you know.
I did feel bad though. The venue wouldn't let them stand, so they had to sit the whole show. That was,
no.
Half of my show was me being like, "Let's jump," and they were like bobbing in their seats. I was like, "Oh."
We're very cautious here in Australia. We're overtly cautious on just health and safety, unhealthy and safety. Hey, over the weekend you announced the debut solo album.
Yeah,
you did find your voice.
Yeah,
you nailed.
Took me 2 years. But it's funny because the first tour I did, solo tour I did, was like a couple weeks after the band hiatus. I announced the tour and went out, and like it was like a month tour, and on the last show I was like, album next month. It was like 2 years ago, but and I did have an album then, but honestly the amount of just stuff I figured out even about myself and what I like.
Are you
what
glad
I
you didn't put that one out?
Oh my god, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Do I think there's some stuff in there I would have loved to? Yeah, but the album I have now, it just checks all the boxes for me of, you know, who I am, what I want to say, and it was the first time I listened back and finally went, there's Daniel, you know, and that just feels good. And I'm excited. I'm really excited for.
I like hearing you say that. Like you can tell someone's involved and happy with the project when they're.
Oh yeah.
Do you know? Like sometimes I interview so many people and sometimes they're like, oh yeah, this is good. This is an album.
I've always been so passive of my stuff, and this is like the first time that I am proud of the stuff I'm making. So
nice.
Even if it didn't do anything for me, I'm proud of it, you know, and that's
great. That's a great place to be.
It's a great feeling.
Gateway Drug. Tell me about that.
Love him. Love that one.
Yeah.
That's it's the first.
I thought you said you love them, number one, but you love that one.
Love them. Love those drugs.
Gateway Drugs. I love Gateway Drugs.
That's funny.
I love
you know
Gateway
what?
Drugs.
You know, this song actually was about my girlfriend's ex was a drug dealer.
Shut up.
I don't think I've told anyone that, but it like was kind of just a joke at first, the whole song.
Yeah.
And this is the first jokey song I've dropped. You know, I think the first two I was like, oh, I gotta prove my pen game and show your chops. And this is the first silly song I came out with on my own, and I'm very happy about it.
Lovely.
It's just fun.
I enjoy fun. People need fun.
Yeah.
You don't have
even I was like, almost getting bored of myself with the, you know, I love the first two songs I dropped, but I was like, dude, relax.
Yeah, just put the pen down. You don't have to be a modern poet. Just have some fun.
Talk about some drugs.
Yeah, absolutely. Gateway Drugs in particular.
Love them.
Now, I do see you obviously playing a bunch of shows here in Australia. Where do you go after you leave here? Because you were spending you're almost here for the whole month.
We're here for the month. I would stay for the year if I could.
Yeah.
I want to move here.
Yeah.
But do you guys have like Zillow here? Like
No, we do. Yes, we do have a Zillow. Yeah,
okay.
It's called Real Estate.
Real estate. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, Real Estate.
I'm gonna give it a gander.
Or called Domain. You just two apps.
Domain?
Download. Yeah.
Okay.
Download them both.
We go to Hobart.
Can I
next.
also say, if you did want to live here in Australia, the
serious.
American dollar very strong.
True.
So say for
I keep going to buy coffee or something, and it's like $15, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is. And then I'm like, wait.
Yeah, well, it's half price. So like for every $1 American dollar you have, it buys 2 Australian.
No,
so
that is a good feeling.
Everything is half the cost. For you, just so you know.
half
I don't
off.
want to rub that into Australians, but for you, it's very good.
But
for
if
you.
I move here, then that just becomes normal for me, I guess. So
apparently there is a. I've just been handed a note. I've been slipped a note.
Ooh.
There is but before you leave the country, is there a secret show or something in the works?
Oh, there is the secret show.
Would you like me to? I have the date.
Yeah, you want to tell him? You tell him.
So apparently you have a secret show that we can tease.
Yes.
November 19.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's going to be in
November
Sydney.
19.
November 19
it is
in
going to be in Sydney.
And it's a secret show.
Yes. It involves the album.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's a nice little treat for the fans.
I'm going to bring my guitar. And so I'll probably sing and play the acoustic guitar.
Oh, okay.
At some point.
Nice.
Probably a good amount of songs.
Yeah.
Of mine. So
that would be a show.
It would. That does sound like a show.
That does
sounds like we're gonna do a secret show.
That sounds like you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
If you didn't bring a guitar,
No.
I'd be like, "What's he doing at this show?
Is it a show? I don't know. Maybe it's a comedy video.
I will say
up.
everyone needs to get across your socials for
thanks.
the announcement because I'm sure that's where
Thanks
you
for
would
plugging
drive
me,
that.
man.
No, that's okay. I'm happy. As I said, we've known each other for years.
So long. Yeah. Crazy.
How crazy was the rest of the Benson Boone shows? Because
they were so
you
fun.
two
They
could
were
be brothers.
electric. Oh, we have a scary amount of things in common.
Yeah.
We're both from Washington.
Yeah.
Before I joined my band, my plan was to go to architecture school.
Okay.
He dropped out of architecture school
Is that so?
for music.
Yeah.
Also, both on American Idol.
Yeah.
Both love like spontaneous, like cliff jumping type of activities. Like we just like it's
Which I'm
scary.
sure everyone close to you
It's-
really hates that. You spontaneously do
it's
crazy shit.
Yeah. We have an outrageous amount of things in common, and it was fun for me. Obviously, like the band kind of got pulled out from under me, like the carpet got pulled out from under us, and I just kind of jumped into suddenly touring alone. And I think at like that first tour, I started to feel that like first hit of like loneliness.
Yeah.
And kind of, being out with him made me feel like a kid again. Like it was so fun. And
what is the biggest thing that's different between being on your own and being in the band? Like I touched on it before, but it's like, do you feel like you experience
like the
things in
camaraderie.
isolation?
Yeah, no, I mean it's cliche, but it is lonelier.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping my girlfriend's out for the next tour though, because she's unbelievably amazing. And,
But I guess no,
so
you
chill
don't
and awesome.
share that experience where you are now.
Yeah,
you don't have anyone
don't-
to. No one is experiencing that
Yeah.
quite the way you are.
No, totally. I think opening has been nice actually for that because at least, and I've been lucky enough to get along with both of the people I've opened for, Dean and Benson. where we've actually really hit it off, and you know they've taken the time to hang with me, which means the literal world to me. But
Absolutely.
I do think when I go out on my own run, it's going to be very interesting. For sure.
Absolutely.
But I mean, there's pros and cons to every side, and I
get it. I get it. I absolutely get it. Okay, album is coming early next year. Currently on tour with Dean Lewis. November 19, secret show. Watch this space. I will be going to that.
Oh, I'll see you there.
I will see you there. Great to see you, mate.
You too, man. Thanks
you
for having me.
No, thank you for being on the show.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
You're listening to the Smallsy Surgery Podcast.
Hear more from Smallsy live weeknights from 8.
Only on Nova.